Hey my loves, what's up? Okay, today we are going to break down pigeon pose, and there's another variation of it called falcon pose, and I'm going to sort of walk through both because one is going to be maybe more accessible for people who hate pigeon and some people just love pigeon, and so there's always the option to have both. So let's start in a hands and feet position. And it's so good. The knees are bent, the hips are high and wide, the paws are pressing down and out to the side, and the knees energetically resist so that they're in alignment with the ankles. So we get this fire in the glutes. The heart is full, so we want to feel the shoulder blades broad versus a collapse in the spine. Okay, we're going to just step the left foot in a little bit. Cross right ankle to the top of your thigh. You might take a couple of pulses here. And as we move into falcon as first variation, I'm going to take the heart forward, push into the mat, broaden through the back, and lower the right shin down to the mat. The knee narrows up towards the top right corner of the mat, and the ankle sits right in front of the thigh. Slide your left knee back just a tiny little bit so that you sit on the point where it's like the thigh versus the cap of your knee. Okay, and then from this space, you're going to take two fists forward. I need more space. You're going to take two fists forward on an angle here. You're going to push into the mat, curl your chin into the chest, and just slide your ribs from side to side a couple times. Feeling the rib cage, and then root your hips back so the hips are resisting back and wide. Lower your forearms down to the mat. As you land here, the elbows are just ahead of the shoulders. Forearms push into the ground so that we maintain the broadening of the back. You're welcome to curl the chin, slide your ribs. The hips are high, the belly is long. The left foot can be on the ground with the top of the foot pressing down and dragging back, or it can be lifted. And if it's lifted, we're looking for like a hamstring hug, the heel to the bum. So we're trying to connect into the butt. Okay? There's a little bit of a conversation here where the hips can pulse back and the heart can pulse forward. And as we pulse the heart forward, we can press the forearms into the mat to fill through the back. So this is falcon pose. This right ankle sits right in front of the left thigh. The toes are untucked and the top of the foot is pressing down with a subtle drag back. Yeah. Okay, so this is a nice variation if you have really tight hips. You can still press your ankle into your thigh and get some really juicy hip openers there. So the resistance of the ankle into the thigh, thigh back into the ankle. From the other side, we lift back up into a hands and feet position, and we shift the right foot a little bit more center mat. And usually we will transition in cooler ways than this, but this is just how we're doing it. Okay, so the left ankle crosses. You can play with a couple of pulses here, just kind of opening into this cross ankle stretch. And as you pulse forward, press into the mat to broaden through the back. Okay, and then slowly lower your shin down to the mat while maintaining the fullness of your heart. Slide your right knee back just a little bit. And until you come to the base of the thigh, the place that's not bony like the top of your knee. Okay. Two fists forward. Fists can push into the mat to broaden through the back. Slide your ribs, connect into that back space. And then lift your chin, root the hips back, and lower the forearms down to the mat. Forearms can push to fill into the back. We want to feel the shoulder blades broadening and expanding. You can curl your chin in and slide your ribs from side to side. And then come back, lift the chin. The left ankle sits right in front of the right thigh. The toes of the left foot are untucked and the top of the foot is pressing back or pulling back a little bit towards the left knee. Option to keep your right heel lifted, pulling towards your butt for a little hamstring hug energy. Option to take that foot down to the ground, connect the top of the foot and press the top of the foot down with a subtle drag back. There's a little bit of movement opportunity where we're pulsing the hips back and reaching the heart forward. And yeah, this is a little bit more of an accessible place where we are maintaining our alignment. So the spine is staying aligned, the heart is staying full, and the hips are resisting back and wide, and then the heart is stretching forward. Okay, so that is falcon. And if you love pigeon, I've just brought pigeon back into my life and I love it, then you can join me. And so pigeon looks like carrying your left shin forward. Now I'm not very ruled with my pigeon anymore at all. I keep my what is this thing, my calf quite close to my back of my thigh, and when I come down I keep my right toes connected, so my left shin is forward, my right toes are connected, and you can kind of like pulse up and out of it. So I invite movement into a pigeon now, and when that feels kind of like okay, I can sit into it, then you can start to like juice into your ribs, little gliding, little sliding. And yeah, you're welcome to take your left hand to your left butt and pull up the flesh. That feels really nice. And you can also support with your right hand, bend into your right knee and connect your left hand to the top of the right foot. If this feels okay, pulling the heel gentle towards the bum and then kicking it away. Heel pulls in and then kicking it away. Allow your shoulder to open, moving into a little quad stretch and a spiral of the heart. Yeah? If you need a fold, you're welcome to fold. You're welcome to wave or move in any kind of way. Yeah? And we'll tuck the toes and lift back up into hands and feet. And so the other side, we'll shift weight to the left and carry the right shin forward. Again, just make it work for you. To begin, I keep my back toes connected, tucked, and I just kind of like inch my way in and out. A little like push and then sit back. And push and sit back. And you're also welcome to not do that. Some people like to have their shin more horizontal, and that doesn't actually feel very good to me, so I don't do it. So my calf is snuggled right up to my thigh. You're welcome to again sway the ribs. Moving is so good. Little shifting of the hips from side to side. You can take your right hand to your right butt, pull it up, just guiding the glute wide, guiding the thigh wide. And you're also welcome to support with the left hand, reach right arm back, bend into the left knee to catch the top of the foot. And you can play with pulling the heel towards the bum and then kicking into openness. There's a little bit of a spiral here with the heart twisting towards the right side. And the shoulder opening and the quad stretching while the hip is getting a nice juicy, yeah, it's juicy in here, that's for sure. So pigeon is back in my life, but relatively newly, and I'm pretty happy about it. But it's not for everybody, and I recognize that. So if not, then falcon is a great place to work into, and you can always move from there. So hands forward, tuck the toes, and lift yourself back up. Hands and feet, bend the knees and shift your hips from side to side, rinse it out. And that is falcon and pigeon. I love you.